Welcome everybody. Again, this is another edition of our Adopted Business. This is Richard Richardson. I'm with the Beta Epsilon Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And one of the big initiatives we're trying to do is our Adopted Business program. The Bigger and Better Business program was actually the first program ever established by Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and it was really pushing entrepreneurship, and it was really trying to highlight minority-owned small businesses and push that forward. And so this is one of our initiatives, and so we're carrying it forward. And right here today, I have with me none other than Mr. Lemuel Kirk.
Yes, sir.
And he's owner and operator of RiteWay Mobile.
Yep.
And it's a mobile detailing company. And so we just have him here today to kind of highlight his business for the month of August. So we're glad you all tuned in, and so we're just gonna have a quick little interview with him and learn a little bit more about his business, his mission, and what he's doing in the community. Good to have you here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Appreciate you having me.
So the first question I have for you is kind of, what inspired you to get started in this business, in this mobile detailing business?
So what inspired me to start a business just in general, it's probably been my father.
Okay.
My father has always preached to me about financial literacy. He's always preached to me about owning your own and just having your name on something. From there, I've always known that I wanted to have a business, but throughout life I had to figure out what that was.
Right.
And just as my path and my journey took me through the military, which in the military I was what we call a 74 Delta, or a chemical specialist.
Okay.
And so as a chemical specialist, we pretty much, when things got dirty, we made them clean again. So I just took that same concept and just brought it over to civilian world and started detailing cars. And now I got my own name on it. We've been LLC for 2 years, going on 3 years now. And we've just been growing ever since.
Okay. So how long have you been in business? When did you all actually get started?
So I had a mentor to kind of start me on the detailing kick of it for 5 years, starting in 2020 when COVID happened.
Okay.
Even when COVID did start happening, this business was what I say COVID proof.
Right.
People still was asking to get their cars detailed. They were still here for the business. So I worked for him for about 5 years, and then in 2023 is when I actually LLC'd my business.
Okay.
And started working on for myself, owner operating myself since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how far out? Now we're actually in Decatur, Alabama, right now. So what all areas do you all cover?
Yeah. So Decatur is that's a stone's throw for me. I am located in Huntsville, the Midtown area.
Mm-hmm.
So we go all the way out to Gurley. We'll go out to Decatur, of course. If you start pushing your Coleman and your Upper
Right.
Tennessee, I'm not really going out that far. Unless we can work something out, work out some business. But I think the furthest I've been is Decatur so far.
Okay. So now, there's other, actually, I've seen some other kind of like mobile detailing companies out there. So from your perspective, what kind of separates you from the others?
So I get that question a lot, and I actually think about that quite often. What separates me? I am a personable person. When I say personable, I am somebody that you can talk to. Sometimes when we're in this business, the detailing game can be so fast. You're moving, you might have 2-3 details going on in a day. So as a detailer, you're constantly just trying to move, get to the next person. I don't mind taking a step back and talking to my customers. And having a real, a real conversation about their service, what they like, what they didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. For me, it's not about just the money, which I understand business is all about the money, but it is about building a relationship with the person, and just taking the time out to really meet the need of that particular person, because everybody is different. I know we're here to detail cars. I know that that is the deliverable that I have to execute in, but I have a standard. That is also something that I find myself to be different, and also I'm more so inclusive. I'm more so inclusive. If you take a look out there, and this is no shade to any of the other detailers out there, if you take a look out, they're nickel and dime you for every piece of work that they do. The way that my business is set up is I have a price. You're going to get the standard for that price. There are some extra, like small extra things. They more things that take more time, like your stain removals, things like an engine detail. Like we do kind of charge a little bit extra because it takes a little bit extra time. But besides that, I'm not trying to make you pay to do cup holders. I'm not trying to make you pay to wipe the vents. But some detailers do that, and that's, if that's the business model, that's fine. But I am a more inclusive. I'm a community oriented person. I come with I come with Huntsville on my back. I'm a Huntsville native, and I've been living here since I was a child. And it makes it easier to operate and own this business when you know that you have to trust the community on your side. Okay.
So what have your experiences been since you've been in business? Have you seen a lot of growth?
Oh yeah, in your business? Phenomenal growth. It was a step. I had to take a step of faith, to be honest. And in this process, I have always trusted God to be just to order my steps. It was scary at first, transitioning from, because at some point or another, like I was working my 9-to-5 job, working on the arsenal, and then I was getting off work and detailing cars. So it has been a transition here recently to take on this task, this job, this business as a full-time job, and it's been growing non-stop. Like I'm talking about like doubling every single year. Right. So that doesn't knock the standard. We always have to maintain the standard, but it challenges me as a business owner to make sure that I persevere, right? That I actually take pride in my work, and that I maintain a standard. And sometimes like it's sometimes simple is good, right? So being simple and maintaining the standard, that there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Yeah.
So as we have learned with especially minority business owner, everyone that we've talked to, we always understand it takes the act of faith. It's not easy being an entrepreneur. You really got to put in the time, effort, energy. It's hard work and dedication. But we encourage others to, if you have that business idea, you have those things that you've been striving to. Mr. Kirk here's another example, as many others are. It takes the act of faith. You have to get out there and do it, and trust in yourself, believe in yourself. So it's hot out here. So he's actually come out here to do some work for me. So Mr. Kirk, I really appreciate your short time before you all get to work. But we're also going to show his work while they're out here doing the job on some vehicles that I gotta get cleaned up. So I'm gonna let you all get to it, and just thank you for your time, and wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
You gonna throw up the 5?
Oh yeah, go Mom.
Go Mom.